now it's like, okay, starting to get into coaching, which how fucking lucky are we that we can just do martial arts now for a living? Like there's a lot of fighters out there that are like, after fighting, they're not good at communicating with people or learning the psychology of different athletes and how to coach different athletes. So it's going to be hard for them to become coaches. So it's like, I just feel so lucky that I'm able to not be fighting right now and still make a living through martial arts. Like I'm lucky as fuck. And same for you.
Yeah, it's huge. You're right. I think coaching takes a certain personality and a certain fighter's IQ, and it's different. It's some guys are better coaches than they are fighters, and some guys are better fighters than they are coaches. But I'm completely fascinated with the whole mental side of these violent sports. The psychology of it is fascinating to me, and it's cool that I get to delve in and learn about this stuff now from a perception of a coach, as opposed to the perception of a fighter. And fear and all that stuff and mindset was something I always struggled with as an athlete, always doubting myself. Even though I never got tired, I never got KO'd, I never lost a drop of blood in fighting in the most violent sport in the world for 20 years. What the fuck do I have to be fucking fearful of or nervous about?
Yeah, and I think people have this crazy confidence until they start getting a few losses and they understand what can happen, and they understand like, damn, I felt great that day. The fight camp went perfect, and the fight went fucking horrible. So once you start realizing the way shit can go in a fight, it's like, I don't know of a guy that hasn't dealt with that. That's had losses. All the undefeated guys, they're fucking confident, they're not scared, they're ready to go. But once you get a handful of losses underneath you, things start changing a little bit mentally. It's interesting, huh?
Yeah, and why they're losing. Are they, like, for me, I got so comfortable with losing because I lost so many decisions. But again, I never got beat up. All the guys that beat me, on points, kind of laying and praying on top of me or whatever, they were all beat up, busted up, fucking, blood everywhere. And if it was a street fight, I would have won that fight. You know what I mean? And I guess,
no time limit.
Yeah, or no time limit. Yeah, that's what I loved about Pride and that whole era back then. But that was like kind of my mindset going through my era of MMA, and now it's cool because I got to try to step back and maybe educate some of the younger guys and maybe just share my story with them a little bit, and hopefully it'll empower them.
Yeah, it's fucking. It's too fun. It's too fun. So did you go down and have training camps with BJ Penn? Were you there training with him? What was his training schedule like? I've heard from a few guys that like, it was awesome in Hawaii, but the training wasn't super hard.
Yeah, I can say that. And the training wasn't super hard. They were very intellectual about how they had their camps. Like I said, I met BJ doing the Ultimate Fighter show with him. We became really good friends with that. And then Jason Perillo shortly after that. Actually, when I left Tumoyama's gym, I went to go train over at Ruka with Jason. I was there with him for like 7 years or more or so. And
damn, 7 years?
Yeah, and then with training with him, we'd go train up at the Black House and get some good sparring in with like Jose Aldo and Pedro Munoz and all those guys, and have a lot of guys come down and just connections with the sports. You know what I mean? So I got to acquire a lot of knowledge. Training with Tumoyama and Perillo, and now over at the lab, and it's cool because I've just been collecting data basically the last 20 years.
Oh fuck,
and
yeah.
It's cool now, like you said, now we get to use that data from a coach's perspective and
give it back and give back like the truth of martial arts, which is fucking lucky.
Yeah. Hawaii was fun though. They were good on not breaking the body down, and it was cool to see an intelligent perspective on training with BJ and those guys. And